Sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins. Jason Carr Live starts now.
Good day to you. Good day, sir.
Are we having mic problems here? Are you on 4?
Am I on this one here?
There you go. Try that one.
This one here.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Good day, sir. You get nothing. You lose. No microphone for you. Welcome to the 9:15-ish Jason Carr Live. We lead with a story that's been on the top of the docket for the last couple of days. White boy Rick, waiting to hear whether he will get the hearing that could indeed lead to his release from a prison in Manistee after almost 3 decades of serving a life sentence for possessing more than 650 grams of cocaine. He used to work as a informant for the police as a minor, and then they stopped using him, and he ended up getting shot and was started in the drug trade, and then got caught and was shipped off. But they have since done away with those life sentences.
For drug convictions and
Right.
for juvenile offenders, because he was originally sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. And they resentenced him, I think it was 2009 to be able to, or maybe it was 2008, to be able to have parole, but he hasn't been granted that yet. So today is a face-to-face hearing with the head of the parole board to see if there's an opportunity to go before the parole board for this.
Right, so Kevin Dietz is up in Manistee. Kim Worthy, the Wayne County prosecutor, saying she will not object if the parole board indeed releases Wershey. For his part, he says he is cautiously optimistic, but he has been down this road before. So be sure to share your thoughts on whether he deserves release or deserves to remain locked up. It's sort of been a contentious debate on the Local 4 Facebook page. You can also do that by adding your comments below on the click on streaming here.
Now, most people, I believe, looking through the comments, think that he should be freed. I know that the two brothers, the kingpins that he was involved, Johnny Curry and his brother Leo, they both were sentenced to 20 years and have both since been released.
Right.
And that's
And he remains locked up.
and he's still behind bars.
Okay, so most of the water is still behind the dam, but it now turns out that as far back as 2005, they were being warned that this emergency spillway wasn't really an emergency spillway at all, just really a slope down to a dirt hill that was going to lead to this exact situation that they're in now. Should there be a dam failure, or should the water need to be relieved so as to preserve the dam? We're talking about Northern California here. What's the latest on this?
Well, they're expecting some really heavy rains coming Thursday. So right now they're scrambling to try and get this fixed.
Yeah, they're
then.
dropping boulders into the gaping hole in the middle of this. And with more bad weather on the way, as you said, John, 190,000 people remain out of their homes because this could get far worse, the situation. Jacob, you're back here assisting John. You literally live next to the Fraser sinkhole.
Yep, yes I do.
So you compare or contrast that to what's going on here with 200,000 people being displaced. It kind of puts things a little bit in terms of scale.
Oh yeah.
I mean, give me your thoughts on seeing this. You feel for these people, right?
I mean, you see this. Me having to live in a hotel for 2 weeks and have to put up with a little bit of a bad smell doesn't seem so bad compared to potentially losing your home to a flood. I mean, that's 200,000 people. We had, I think, 20 families maybe have to move out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Now, I did read today that Airbnb is offering free stays for anyone being affected by this. So that's really nice of them. But yeah, right now it's fear of more bad weather coming Thursday.
It just escalated so quickly. Like I said, at the end of last week, they didn't think it was going to affect any nearby cities, and now it's just gotten worse and worse and worse.
And we haven't even talked about the historic drought
that California's been under for
that
so
California
long,
was suffering under before historic rainfall. I mean, this reservoir filled up way faster than they were expecting.
Yeah, it's a lot of water. I think state officials said it would be a 1 million acre amount of water that could potentially go down into this community where over 180,000 people live. So a lot of damn problems to take care of.
Yes, indeed. Q-Line, Detroit police are pulling surveillance video from several businesses after a Q-Line streetcar was vandalized with the letters ACAB were printed, ACAB, printed on the side of a streetcar in the 7500 block of Woodward. World's Greatest was also on there. Police believe it was done by a particular group of vandals. Q-Line declined to comment on this.
Yeah, it's really sad because I'm really looking forward to this opening. I feel like I'll go to Midtown more often when it is there.
And you live downtown, right?
Yes. Well, technically it's Corktown, but
right.
Yeah, it'll be close for me to get to Campus Martius and be able to pick this up. And I mean, it's to be expected. Any major city is going to have this type of issue with their public transit lines. I love that the World's Greatest forgot an apostrophe. Someone, I don't know what they were trying to get across, but it's too bad. But
all right, did you see this? Burger King Israel is offering an adult version of a kid's meal for Valentine's Day. The meal includes 2 Whoppers, 2 orders of fries, 2 beers. Notice I said beers. And a romantic adult toy, which might be a tickler, a feather, or a blindfold.
Yeah, how about that? How about that?
Can you go back to that?
Yeah.
18 plus, it says on the box that is supposed to look sort of,
well, and partially
risque
because,
and neon.
Because it comes with a beer. I believe the drinking age in Israel is 18, so it's really.
But it's also
but
the marketing.
Also probably the marketing.
It's also the wink, wink, nudge, nudge, neon glow, motel BK sort of no-tell, motel aspect of the whole thing.
I think it's a fun idea. I mean, I don't know about the whole, Valentine's Day adult, but I kind of wish toys would come in my meals. All right. I don't know what would come with it. Maybe something cool, but yeah.
Like a harmonica?
Yeah, like a harmonica. Exactly. Exactly. That'd be perfect. Who doesn't want to play with one of those when you know?
One of those things from Sharper Image where if you put it on your face, it leaves an impression of your face on all the little individual metal pins.
Yeah. It would be an expensive meal, though.
It would be. Mm-hmm. A new study claims that there is a method that can age any liquor many years in just a few days. So normally it would take years upon years upon years to age in a cask strength bourbon, whatever. Normally chemicals in the wooden cask will react with the spirit over many years, giving whiskey its distinctive taste. This step is the maturation process, and it's the longest step. But researchers in Spain have tried speeding it up by mixing in oak chips and blasting those with ultrasound, blah, 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 bioactive compounds, yada, yada. It's days instead of years.
Yeah, they've been specifically working with brandies to try and speed up the process. They've done it with whiskeys a little bit. It's not perfected or anything. But when they can take that maturation process down, they can produce more and create a cheaper whiskey with the same flavor.
All right, can we see the brother who took his sister to the daddy-daughter dance?
Yeah.
This is
cute.
A nice story. Going to a first father-daughter dance is a special moment for anyone, but one 6-year-old named Noor Hasher worried she would miss out since her parents had divorced in November and the Michigan family had no contact with her dad since. Upset, the little girl wore her dress around the house. Her older brother, 17-year-old Muhammad, noticed her sitting on the couch in her dress the morning of the dance. When she told him why she was wearing it and that she was sad she wouldn't be able to go to the dance, Muhammad stepped up. He told her he'd take her to her first father-daughter dance. He explained to BuzzFeed, I wasn't going to let my little sister be the one out of all her friends not to be at that dance. So he got her a new outfit. He took her to the salon. I believe he was even voted Dad of the Dance.
Dad of the Dance, yeah, he won an award. Yeah. So, good on you, Mohammed. Way to go.
I mean, that's top-notch stuff. That's the kind of stuff that makes you have faith that, all of this is worth it.
Yeah.
Sitting ages you.
Everybody stand.
I'm still tethered, though. I'm still tethered. Everybody stand. All right. According to this, you know that sitting all day isn't doing your health any good, but a new study out of the University of California, San Diego hints that the consequences of staying parked might be scarier than we realized. For the study, researchers tracked the movements of nearly 1,500 women. They found that regardless of how much they exercised, patients who sat for more than 10 hours a day had cells in their bodies that appeared to be 8 years older.
8 years. Luckily, I have to get up all the time during work. I mean, you're on your feet most of the day too.
I wouldn't say most,
Well,
but
okay.
I do more walking here than I ever have because I'm going back and forth between two
Yeah,
different
upstairs,
departments.
downstairs,
Upstairs,
over
upstairs,
A
downstairs.
set,
Huh?
Yeah, over to Studio A over here. We're always moving.
In the Sheepshead Bay neighborhood of Brooklyn is a place called Brennan and Carr. No relation.
No?
A 1930s era sandwich place known for its roast beef. It's known for its iconic simplicity and considers its sandwiches as an essential part of Brooklyn culture. Roast beef may be the star of the show, but it's not the only offering. You can get a cheeseburger, a special named for the family of loyal customers, an array of other classics. So they do up. See, it's like au jus with the roast beef and the cheese and the juices on top of the burger, and
they actually just dip it. I mean, the whole thing into one of these vats of a jus. So next time I'm in Brooklyn,
absolutely. If I was just there, had I known
yeah,
about Brennan and Carr,
yeah, we'd have to go.
I would have been all over that.
You skipped the Photoshop battle. You sent me this morning. This had just gotten
Oh,
started.
the
when,
Photoshop battle, yes.
Yeah, this had, I mean, like it just hit Reddit, so there weren't a whole lot of photos, but this was the picture that was uploaded. This guy's wearing a pizza hoodie. He's got pizza pillows. He's got a phone case that's a pillow. Anyways, they started playing with it. Here he is sitting with and then this one was really subtle. You could barely tell what they did, but it's just they put some pizza on his hat. So throughout the day, I'm sure they're going to keep uploading more photos to that. But
Now, what was the first Photoshop battle?
ever?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know. I have no idea. I'll look into it. I think Reddit should allow me to go back that far and find
The first.
I'll look back.
Huh?
They're brilliant. They're so funny.
All right, revisiting our top story, and we are, I believe Kevin is going to be live on...
At noon.
At noon.
Yes. Now, actually, right now I have a live look at what's going on with the spillway. I don't know exactly where that water is going to.
This is a live camera view of
This is live.
This is out in California. The Oroville Dam, Northern California, gold country. And this is just a close-up shot of the water escaping the reservoir, going at 25% greater force than Niagara Falls, if I'm doing the math in my head correctly. Niagara Falls is 80,000 gallons per cubic yard, whatever it is, per second, and this is going at 100,000.
Yeah.
So, look at that. The power of nature, utterly amazing. And as we mentioned, White Boy Rick waiting to find out whether he will then proceed to the next step, parole board review, which could lead to his eventual, or not eventual, but soon release.
I believe the call was supposed to be around 8:30, 9 o'clock, so I don't know how long that this hearing lasts, but Kevin Dietz, Local 4's Kevin Dietz, will be live at noon, and probably after the noon we'll try and do a live stream, get all the facts and do a nice presentation of what's going to happen next, because he could get a parole board hearing, and even if he doesn't, he's going to be going on a hearing, I believe it's March 16th, about how this whole thing could be cruel and unusual. He's going to be before, I think, the 9th Circuit in Cincinnati. So either way, he's got 2 shots at freedom at the moment.
Tory Hobbs thinks, I think Michigan has the worst sentencing guidelines, especially when we rank in the top 10 of crime. It says that we sentence criminals backwards. We penalize the stupid with far more time than the real criminals, like molesters, killers, and repeat offenders. Don't forget, coming up at the top of the hour at 10 o'clock on Local 4, we are going to do a little something called Live in the D. Stephen, some commotion in the Local 4 newsroom on an unrelated matter to Rick Warshie. Your comments are welcome as we debate, or as we host the forum debating whether Rick Warshie, aka White Boy Rick, has done his time
29 years.
29 years. Basically, most of his adult life.
Yeah, and I mean he was caught at 17, sentenced at 18. Longest juvenile, non-violent offender to spend this amount of time behind bars.
Monique says, "Let him out."
Jamie's asking if he's in court now. He's not actually. It's a parole. It's not actually a parole board hearing. It's just a hearing with the head of the parole board.
Right.
Yeah, mainly I'm seeing let him out. There's very
Marianne
few
Van
comments.
Buren says, "Yeah, he served his time. Let him out." Debbie says, "Free Rick."
When the amount of controversy and scandal with this story, I mean, he was dating Coleman Young's niece, and he was an FBI informant talking to them about all the corruption with the police in Detroit. I mean, I believe he even ratted on Gil Hill at some point.
Yeah, I
about
was
certain
waiting for
things.
you to bring that up.
So it's amazing how many people were involved in trying to keep him behind bars, and 29 years. We'll see if maybe he's going to be getting out.
Kim Martin says he's done his time. Let him out. Should have been out a long time ago, says Joe. Todd says free the white boy. Dawn, he's served his time plus some. Thank you for watching, Tori. Let him out, says Linda. He's done more than enough time, Rebecca. People done less time with worse incidents, Pete.
Andrea Hope is asking if he has family to support him when he does get out. I believe so. Yeah, he's got a lot of family members that are still
Right.
very much involved in his life.
Okay, so on that note, as soon as we know, I'm sure that we'll send out a push alert if we know anything.
Absolutely.
And again, Kevin Dietz, up north, he will appear live on Local 4 News at noon. And coming up in, what would you say, 27 minutes?
That sounds about right.
Live in the D on Local 4.
Stay classy, Detroit. Jason Carr Live was sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins.